Hi everybody, Sandy here. Today we're working on a Christmas tumbler, an actual Christmas tumbler. We are going to be doing the tack-it method on this 22-ounce acrylic tumbler from Stainless Steel Depot. I've done tack-it method on the acrylic before, and it works well. So I've already taped off my top with some electrical tape. Just that rough edge that's there, it's like a matte edge, and I really don't want that to have the tack-it on it or even epoxy. The glitter that I'm using is Spin It from Michaels, and it is holographic silver. And because this has so many of the sparkly little colors in there, I think this will do well for my background. And I have tack-it already mixed up in here. That's probably about a 70-30 mix. Sorry, don't mean to be making noises when I'm opening this, but it was a little difficult. And this has been mixed up for a while, and all I do is just make sure that I have plenty of it for whatever project I'm going to do. So this is the tack-it Aleene's tack-it over and over. And I have my glitter in a different container just to make it easier to use it. So move this stuff out of the way. We're going to be putting the Grinch on here. And I'm going to show you what I've got. Here's the Grinch with Max. And I put those two together in Cricut. And then here are Christmas lights that they're distorted, but I think they go very well with, you know, the whole Who type theme. So that's going to go, this is going to go on one side, and the lights are going to be strung around the tumbler. And then I have, and I've cut out two different Grinch Please on vinyl. And this is I believe it's called a holographic. I don't know exactly. It's Cricut. It's from Cricut, but they kind of color shift a little bit. And my thought was to stack them, but I didn't do it on the offset. I just shrunk one down a little more than the other. We'll see what happens. It was an afterthought, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, if nothing else, I will go with this one for that. And I've also cut out these little spirals and little, well, they're asterisks, and I just put them in and resized them. And this actually is the curly Q that's over top of Grinch. So there's, you know, in that pinkish yellow shift, and I also have several in that blue-green shift. So I'm just going to use those randomly around the cup. So let's get started. I'm going to just go ahead and get my tack-it on here. And I'm going to have to do a couple of coats because when you do it on the acrylic, if you rub too hard, you'll get scratches. I know you can on the other tumblers too, but it shows up more on the acrylic. So we're just going to get this coated and dried and recoated. And then when we come back, we'll put the glitter on. But we're going to go ahead and just do this. One thing I want to point out is that it's not a good idea to sand the acrylic tumblers, in case you didn't know that, because it will show up on the inside and it makes them look grungy. So don't ask me how I know. It does kind of want to reject the tack-it, but going over it a couple of times actually takes care of that. Okay. I know it's not super smooth. I'm trying. So you can see where it wants to reject it right there. Okay, we're going to let this dry, and I will put another coat on it, and when we come back, we're going to go ahead and put our glitter on there. When I tell you this hasn't even been 5 minutes, there's 2 coats, and they're already dry in here. I did hit it with the blow dryer, just to kind of speed things along. I did not put tack-it on the bottom, and I don't intend to put anything on the bottom. And we're going to get our glitter on here. But I'm just going to do this. And I am lightly burnishing it with my hand, because if you push too hard, you're going to scratch it, and that's not what I want to do. You're going to scratch into this finished part. Look at that beautiful rainbow holographic look we've got. Is that cool or what? So that's going to make the background for our Grinch to live. We're back with our epoxied tumbler, and we're ready to put, we're going to start with the water slide. So I've already chosen my spot. It's nice and smooth, and we're going to go ahead with this. I've got my warm water bath over here, and we're just going to pop him in. And I'm going to wet my tumbler. I forgot to wet my tumbler on the last one, the last tutorial that I did. And man, it was a bear trying to move my image around. Let's see, are we lifting? We're lifting. Okay, and we're going to place him right about there. Him and his little dog. I want to make sure I've got contact here. And we're just going to slide on off. And isn't that lovely? I see just one bubble. So I'm going to work him out of there as best I can. It's right where his heart is supposed to be. Do you think it's because his heart is growing? Yeah. Okay. Get that all down where it's got to be. And we will attempt to put some of the lights on. Yeah, I need to turn this around because I can't see it very well. I don't want to over stretch the lights because I want room for my other little wingdings to go on here. So I would like to not have one interfere with the other, but whoops. Long as I can see what I'm doing, right? No. Not fair. That's just not fair, and I know it. Okay, I am just smoothing out as much as I see that needs to be smoothed out. It's harder to see it on this background, I will say that, although this did come off pretty well. Okay, we need some water on our tumbler. And I made sure that I trimmed my water slide close enough to the, yeah, do I want that down or up? Good Lord, Sandy. I think like this. Okay. I'm going to try to do this with a modicum of common sense. Does anybody know where that is? Oh, Lord. Okay, I think, sorry if I'm going a little wonky here. I'm trying to see where to start so that I know where I'm ending. Okay, here we go with there. I just needed to get a hold of that strip so that I could pull it out of there. And trying not to mess up my Grinch because I only printed one of him. We've got a lot more to go on here, so our next strip is going to go up here. And then we're going to get on to the vinyl. We're going to put the vinyl down, and we're only going to go with the one color. Remember, I cut two of them and was going to use this pinky, orangey, shifty, greenish color one. It just didn't go right together, so we're just going to go with the blue, which actually picks up nicely in here. And I have anchored it over here because finding my distance between the two was a little bit difficult. I did manage to spudge my bottom strip here. That may wind up coming off. We'll find out in the end. But I'm going to go ahead and anchor this all down. I have my parchment paper here, and I'm just looking to get rid of it. Hopefully it comes off here well enough, because I've been finding that the parchment paper likes the vinyl, or the vinyl likes the parchment paper, one or the other, but it's not a marriage that will last. Let's just say that. Okay, now I'm going to hush my fuss, and I'm going to, I don't have this sitting on anything that's going to allow me to keep one edge still because of that little tiny strip at the bottom that still wants to give me a hard time. You know, that one. Well, that one. So I am just giving myself some grace, knowing that we're not all perfect. And we know I'm rarely ever perfect. Okay, I'll admit it. I'm never. This throws a nice blue, greenish, teal color, which I really like. I think it's very pretty. I'm all about that color shifting whatnot. Okay, I think we're all on there good. We'll see. This was a new piece of contact paper or transfer tape, whichever you prefer to address it as. So I'm sure it's going to give me fits when it comes to this vinyl. So far, so good, folks. Trying to keep it down low. Oh, look at that. Sometimes you win, and all times you learn. Okay, let's let go of that now. Make sure our Grinch is still in good shape, and he is. I think that is cool. I'm liking that. So now we're going to go ahead and put our wingdings on, which I think look very much like a Who type of decoration. We already discussed this before, but I just wanted to reiterate. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, I've got a little piece of contact paper here, and I'm going to just commence to taking them off my Laia from Liaville. There we go. There's one. And I'm just going to start placing them around in the bigger spots that I have. I think it's cute. What do you think? Grinch, please. And there he is with Max. So, there we have it. That's all I'm going to do to it. I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on this. We will be back shortly. And here we are, our finished product. I do want to say that I had mentioned that I used the matte clear spray on my water slides. Well, that showed up even after the epoxy. I'm going to try to zoom in here. I don't know if you can see it around the Grinch, but yeah, it wound up showing up. I wasn't happy about that. I normally do a gloss, and Well, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. But I think this is a fun holiday cup. Now it is an acrylic tumbler. I want to reiterate that. It's not a stainless steel. Some people don't like to drink from stainless steel. And I can appreciate that, you know. I mean, I don't mind it, but some people do. So if you've hung in here this long with me, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And welcome to my new subscribers and my standbys, my tribe. Thanks for all your support. I do want to announce that I have reached my 1,000 subscriber point, so thank you so much. I look forward to growing and producing and creating and getting to know all of you so much more. Thank you, and Merry Christmas. I hope you all have healthy, happy, wonderful memories to share around your Christmas table. Until next time, toodles.